a lot of controversies, a lot of mistakes, a lot of favoritism in this World Cup. So, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are living through the world, I'm gonna tell you welcome to Diamond Ball Sports and a big greeting. It is presented by Gregi Loja Production. So never forget that the show has been created with the goal, with the purpose, with the aim of revolutionizing football through the world. Too many mistakes, too much injustice, too much influence, too much favoritism, too much corruption in the game. I used to say that every time when it's about to reward the best football player of a competition, a best football player of the year, there are always a lot of controversies about that. So in this World Cup, I made a lot of video to make you understand a lot of things. Maybe you didn't. So now after the World Cup final, we're gonna talk a little bit about everything and nothing. So first of all, I'm gonna say congratulations to the Spain team who has won the 2026 World Cup. So they won. I should congratulate them. But at the beginning, I said that FIFA wanted a World Cup final between Argentina and Spain. So if you didn't watch that video, so if you didn't have this opportunities to watch that video, you can go on YouTube. You can watch it. So everything that happened in this World Cup, I have already talked about them because when I'm doing this show, it's not about my feeling. It's about the truth. I always say the truth about this show on this platform. I always said the leaders, maybe the director, the president of the leagues, of FIFA, of UEFA, of national leagues, and some other country, so they should let the football play. So they should choose good referees. They should choose a lot of leaders that have the abilities to do their job correctly, without favoritism, without corruption, without anything. So I think that in the last World Cup in 2022, they tried to hide something when they didn't. In 2026, everything appears clear, very clear. They did it clearly in front of everyone. And they were not ashamed about that. So that's the problem. So in this final, you could see a lot of controversies during the referee's decision and everything. Spain scored a goal. That goal was disallowed without any good reason. I think that maybe a Spain player stepped a little bit on the Argentina's defender, and the referee said no, there was a foul. It wasn't goal. So the same thing happened for the team. The same thing happened for Spain. The same thing happened in the semifinal against Argentina in some games before. They never intervene to check that and to give the advantage to who deserve to have it. So it can be like that every day. Now we can talk now about the individual trophy. As you can see, they choose Rodri as the best player of this World Cup. Does he deserve to win that trophy? So that answer I will come back in the next video to talk about that. As I told you, I always say the truth. So now I should have more details about Rodri, about other players, to make some good analysis about that. But when it's about the other things, too many controversies in those decisions. I can say congratulations again for the Spain team because they won the 2026 World Cup. Now let's talk a little bit about Argentina. I think that Argentina, for real, as I said before, Argentina didn't deserve to reach the World Cup final. There were a lot of favoritism to the benefit of Argentina. Everyone could see that. So unfortunately, that's the favorite team of FIFA and or the director or the leaders or the president and so on. I don't know why they don't want to let the game play. I said the same thing in 2022. So the limit for the Argentina team were the round of eight. The limit for the Argentina in the last World Cup, 2022. So they made them go to the round of four and they made them to go to the final. So it's like this. And you see that a lot of controversies again in the final, the penalty on Di Maria and everything. So in 2026 World Cup, we talk also about the level of this World Cup. Remember, in some previous video, I said that FIFA has some problem. Those problems are Cristiano Ronaldo, Pele, and Kylian Mbappe. For example, you know that Pele won his first World Cup at 17 years old. Kylian Mbappe won his first one at 18 years old. So now Mbappe reached the 2022 World Cup final. That means Mbappe had a chance to win it. That means at that time Mbappe was 22 years old. So at 22 years old and you won two World Cup and you are not the favorite player of FIFA or maybe of some big sponsor, because there's a question of money also. Everyone should understand that. I don't think it is the first time you heard about that. Maybe not. Let's go. So at 22 years old, he's gonna have two World Cup, and their favorite player, the player that they like, or maybe they want to win the World Cup, then and he went to the World Cup final with that player in 2022. So they did everything to make them won this championship, this World Cup 2022. And again, in 2026, the problem again, Kylian Mbappe. If Kylian Mbappe won the 2026 World Cup, that means he might won a third one. They won't be able to compare Messi to Pele anymore. Because so anyway, that's insane. So I think that the fact that they compare Pele and Messi based on World Cup, that doesn't make any sense for someone who has only one World Cup. He didn't want it in good condition, I think, in 2022. And now you're gonna compare with Pele, who won 3 World Cup. I developed that in some other videos in the past also. So a lot of magazine try to rank maybe the 10 best football player of history. They put maybe number one Messi, number two Pele, number three Maradona, number four Cristiano Ronaldo. But when you try to see the maybe the rules or maybe what the requirements, I don't know how they did that. If you're gonna try to put some condition like one, two, three, four, five, so none of them gonna match this ranking. For example, if you choose like Lionel Messi because of his World Cup, Pele has more World Cup than Lionel Messi. If you choose Lionel Messi for UEFA Champions League, Cristiano Ronaldo has more UEFA Champions League than Lionel Messi. So on which criteria you're gonna choose Lionel Messi as the best football player of history? That's what they try to do. Lionel Messi didn't have most goal. The one who has most goal is Cristiano Ronaldo, and he got the records on everything. Most goal in general, most goal in national teams, most goal in uh, club, I think, and most goal, most friendly goal, and I can say that most goal in UEFA Champions League. Everywhere Cristiano Ronaldo has the record of the most goals scored. So when you try to match everything, it can't. No criteria gonna match all these four players together. If we can pick Maradona, let's talk a little bit about Maradona. So, on which criteria they choose Maradona to put them in the third position? They, they can't put Maradona in third position. I think that this ranking is based on their feeling because they hate Cristiano Ronaldo and they couldn't rank it more than four on the fifth position. They have to put it in the first four, but it can be second, it can be third. They like Messi, they like Maradona, they hate Pele, and they have to put Pele because Pele has 3 World Cup. You see what is happening? So that's how it is. So let's get back where we were at. So in this World Cup 2026, Argentina didn't deserve to reach the World Cup final. I was talking about the level of this World Cup. So the fact that there are so many teams in this World Cup decreased the level of this World Cup. They try to put more games so they can allow Lionel Messi to score more goals, to try to approach Pele, to approach maybe the greatest goal scorer of all time of the World Cup history. So that's the purpose. I understand very well every time they try to do something. They made a lot of changes from 2009 to now about football to the benefit of Lionel Messi. So I have a lot of things to talk about it. Since 2009, they try to merge the FIFA Best Player of the Year and the France Football Ballon d'Or together just to allow Lionel Messi to win the Ballon d'Or to the detriment of Andres Iniesta and Xavi Hernandez. So it was like this. So the fact that they put more team on this World Cup the level is decreasing. That allows Lionel Messi to score more goals, despite uh, there were maybe two penalties allowed for Argentina. He missed both. And also, when you try to check the level of the team that Argentina played against, they are really, really low level. So that's why Lionel Messi should be able to score so many goals. The third problem, Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe didn't let Lionel Messi won the Golden Boot for this World Cup and the world record of the most goals scored in the World Cup history. So despite there were a lot of favoritism, a lot of support for Argentina, so they couldn't be able to win the World Cup. But that was their purpose. Since at the beginning, so I didn't understand that. So since at the beginning, so FIFA said Argentina and Spain, if they have to play against each other, it should be in final. I understand very well. So that means they wanted them to play against each other in the final. For example, in the semi-final, Lamine Yamal deserved to get a yellow card, and it should be a red card for his foul on Kylian Mbappe. Who talked about that? No one talked about it because they wanted to make a lot of money. They wanted to do a lot of things in this final. So they didn't want that Lamine Yamal to miss this final, this World Cup final. That's why the referee didn't assign any card. At least it should be a yellow card. The tackle was made from the back. That's why it should be a red card. So at least if you try to do something light for Lamine Yamal, it should be at least a yellow card. But no card was assigned to Lamine Yamal. No, that's insane. That's insane. Other things about Lionel Messi. FIFA created the pathway for Lionel Messi so he could play against a lot of small teams, so he could score a lot of goal and everything. He did it, and he has the most assists. So now I think that they are a little bit ashamed of what they did. They assigned the best player of this World Cup to Rodri. As I told you, I will come with another video to explain to you if they are right or not. But now, for what I see, the first time ever that Lionel Messi maybe deserve to win the best World Cup football player, it should be this year. They didn't reward Lionel Messi. They gave it to Rodri. So I have to go back and watch Rodri, watch the statistic and everything, watch Lionel Messi, but a little bit more to see if Rodri really deserves to win the best player of this World Cup. I think despite that they create a good pathway for Argentina, I think that the limit should be at least against Egypt. So the second goal scored by Egypt was disallowed. I think it shouldn't. And after that, they scored another goal at 3-0. I don't think that Argentina could be able to make the comeback. So, despite that, the referee helped them to come back. The same thing happened for Egypt. They didn't go to the VAR to check what was happening. That is the main problem with FIFA. That is the main problem with the referee. So when there is a foul, when Argentina scored a goal and there was a foul before, they didn't go to the VAR to check and to see if it was a good foul to cancel the goal. They did that every time for Argentina, so they didn't for any other team that played against Argentina. That's the main problem. There are a lot of investigation that they are made for FIFA, for the president of FIFA, Argentina's team, to see if there is any corruption from the board of FIFA, from the president to the referee. And for the Argentina's team, because there are a lot of money, there are a huge amount of money transferred uh, from Argentina to USA. So they try to make the investigation to see what it's about. So we're gonna wait for the result for the final decision and if there was any corruption or not. So I'm very interested about that. So I talked about corruptions since 5 years, 6 years, but no one believed me. And the last thing that we're gonna talk about is because of the Rodri. So remember in 2024 when Rodri won the 2024 Ballon d'Or. So a lot of people who don't like Vinicius Jr. said that Rodri well deserve to win that trophy because they hate Vinicius Jr. So when some people hate Vinicius Jr., it's only because they are Argentina's fans or FC Barcelona's fans or Lionel Messi's fans. So the same thing happened in this final. They gave the best player of this World Cup to Rodri. So a lot of Messi's fans, a lot of Argentina's fans, a lot of FC Barcelona's fans said that that reward should be given to Lionel Messi. The same thing happened in 2024. You agreed about that. So the same Rodri, the same way to play, the same thing. So now, why did you say that he didn't deserve to win the trophy of best player of this World Cup? You see, you are not real. You are not genuine. So you are not interested to the truth. Only what matters to you is your feelings, is your sentiment. It can be like that. So me also, I have sentiment, I have feelings. But when it's about to make the show, so I strip myself of all sentiment, of all feelings to tell you the truth. I hope that you understand that. That was a great talk about the World Cup. So I will come back for some other videos for more details about some points that I talked about in this video that deserve to develop individually. So I will do that. So thank you for watching this video. So never forget to subscribe all platforms together: YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitch. You can click the bell on YouTube so you can receive a notification when we upload a video on or when we will be live on those platforms. So we need a lot of support. We need a lot of followers. Don't forget, we have some great goals, some great aim. Without you, we can't achieve them. We're gonna need a lot of big money, a lot of support, a lot of followers, because to be qualified for some sponsor to achieve our purpose, our goal. So the sponsor gonna require a huge amount of follower, a huge influence with this project. So that's why you have to subscribe to all our channels, all our pages, all our platform together for your support. And in the future, we might set up a subscription so to allow you to send money directly, maybe $5 every month. It will depend on you, or maybe you can send some money every videos or every live stream. That will help us to develop more this project and to achieve this purpose. So our goal is to revolutionize the world of football, is to take those people out of football. So let me tell you some. Where is Joseph Blatter? Where's he at? They kicked them out in the football. Where is Michel Platini? Where's he at? They kick him out in the football because of corruption, because of a lot of bad things that they have made in this football. So the same thing gonna keep going. We're gonna kick a lot of people out in this game, and we're gonna do it well. We're gonna revolutionize it. Thank you so much. See you for the next one.